camper snapped in half.
I told you blokes not to bring that in there.
Yeah, I knew it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Welcome to the rugged and remote top end of Australia, Cape York. Situated in far North Queensland, this is arguably the greatest off-road adventure our country has to offer. The crew is back and ready to take on everything this region throws at us. Epic campsites, fishing and swimming holes, close encounters with wildlife, and some of the toughest four-wheel drive tracks in the country. We're towing the OP2 camper the entire way, pushing it to the limits, making the challenges even more interesting. The freshly built 105 Cruiser is along for the ride to show us what it's capable of, and Dad's back behind the wheel of the ZD Patrol. Chasing redemption after last time, but things don't go to plan. A major failure leaves us with no choice but to abandon his vehicle deep in Cape York. In this movie-length episode, we show you our entire trip start to finish. We tackle legendary tracks like the Old Tele Track, Frenchman's Track, Creb Track, and adventure deep into this remote and rugged, incredible land of Australia. Proudly supported by Opus, Ultimate 9, Superior Engineering, GME, Tie Gear, and in part by
How's it feel to be in Cape York after all these years of complaining that I never took you?
I can never complain.
You finally made it.
I made it, guys. It's nice and warm.
Alrighty, very exciting to be here. Cape York 2025 is kicking off. We are beginning this journey, well not beginning, but I'm beginning the filming of this journey at the Bend at Cowan. We have about 11 or 12 days from Cairns to the top and back to complete this adventure and take on as many tracks and sites and everything that we can find. I'll quickly show on the map, I suppose, where we started yesterday and where we are now. So yesterday morning, we left Cairns, we followed this main highway out here and then all the way up here past Laura, and it was a 7-hour drive up to Cowan where we camped last night, and that's about 3 more hours up to Bramwell where the Telegraph track starts. Now to get to this point, Demi, Zeph, myself, TJ and Lakin had all flown up from Sydney to Cairns, while Berto, Dad and Sean had made the 24-hour drive up in the rigs. Unfortunately, the big GQ put a fan into the radiator about 2 hours short of Cairns. Shout out to Lockie and his team from Off the Wall Automotive, who came and picked it up on a tow truck and had it back on the road the next day with a fresh radiator ready for our adventure.
I've got Lockie from Off the Wall, send one of his workers. We have the car going on a tilt tray, so see what happens.
Hopefully not too many more issues for the GQ from here. Time to pack up camp and keep heading north towards the Old Tele Track. This river sand is a bit soft getting out of here, so hopefully I don't get bogged. I'll put a rear locker in. I've aired down a bit, but we're still in the PDR, so I don't want to air down too far. I'm at 20 at the rear with the trailer, 15 at the front, and then the trailer itself is on 20. Tyre pressures seemed to do the trick and we were on the road. Unfortunately, not too far up the road, the GQ faced cooling system issue number 2. The hot temperatures and towing had the rig working hard.
I figured we just changed it anyway.
Yeah.
Either that or we just changed the clamp.
Having fun, Zeffy? So much dirt up here to play in.
We were about to go past and we haven't heard you just call out or nothing, and I'm like, oh, that's them. Yeah. And I seen you bugger.
Thankfully, just the hose clamp had broke and the radiator hose had come off. So fresh hose clamp and some water and we were good. Definitely shows the importance of having good quality gauges, as I was able to pick up on the issue before any major damage occurred. Quick refuel at the Archer River Roadhouse. Diesel is $2.84 per litre. It's about $1 more per litre than what it was back in Cairns.
Oh, what do you reckon about this place? It's nice. You've never been here before? I've never been here before.
So yummy. Where are you going? Where you stop running?
We all filled up at the same time yesterday. Mine was 67.22 litres. Dad's was 48.45 litres. And then the Cruiser was 84.56, factoring in that I'm towing. I know on the drive up here, the Land Cruiser not towing was using 28 litres per 100. and my GQ towing was using about 21 litres per 100. So that FZ Land Cruiser is absolutely ridiculous on fuel.
Back on the development road, we weren't too far from Bramwell Junction Roadhouse, which is your last place to grab fuel and supplies before you hit the iconic Old Telegraph Track.
So I made it through to Bemaga Station. We've topped up on a final bit of diesel there, and now we're going to head down the iconic, infamous Telegraph Track, or Old Telegraph Track. Myself, Dad and Berto all did this track last year, but this will be the first time for Zephyr, Demi, Laken and TJ. It's a very long journey to get all the way up here near the top of Australia to complete this track, but we're all very excited. Nerves are a little high, because you know what's first?
What?
Creek.
That doesn't sound that scary.
Yeah, well, wait till you get there and you see the drop. So I'm obviously going to be towing the Opus camper through the track. This will be the first time I've ever towed on the Tele Track, so it should make it a little bit more interesting.
We're going to take this caravan down here, yeah?
I don't know, maybe. So that's the main Palm Creek drop off back up there. There is side tracks, but I think we're going to definitely do the main track. My only concern is the camper. I don't know what happens when you send a car down there with a camper on it. Be fine in the GQ itself. We're just walking down to have a look at these exits. That main one, no one's been in that for ages. I went in it last year and it was just an absolute mess in there. So I reckon if we're coming down, that'll be our option up out of here, which still looks, it's still going to be a bit of a struggle, I reckon, with the camper.
You can do anything you put your mind to.
Okay.
How are you feeling about it, mate?
It's pretty steep. Gary's going first.
Is he?
Yeah.
Gary's done it.
So
Yeah,
it's one of
he's pro.
it's one of those things. He's the pioneer. He makes the way.
Yeah.
And then if he can do it, and also you're going second, so if you can do it,
You guys will be right.
mate, Cruise will just go down. We'll cruise down.
Okay, we've kind of a little bit of plan because I have the trailer and I may get jammed up in there. It's probably silly for me to go first. Dad has already done this drop before, so we're going to send Dad down first, me second, TJ and Laken last.
I've packed it up a bit, but the short will be something that gives me a slap.
How you feeling? You ready for round 2, Palm Creek?
Yeah, I'm ready. Palm Creek drop, year number 2 on the Telegraph, and it's quite vertical. How am I looking, Tyler? So we can't help but call this thing vertical. There it is. Sure enough, it jammed. Well, it brought the expressions of interest out of me last year, but I think I turned them on a bit higher this year. I thought I was stuck in the bottom. But the next thing down is a camp trailer, so that'll prove interesting.
How you feeling about this? I'm only worried about the camper. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't exactly know what's happened yet, but the Opus, I think it's maybe come slightly offline at the back and it sort of kicked sideways, and I don't know if it's if we've destroyed it or if it just needs like adjusting to come down or what the situation is.
I told you blokes not to bring that in there.
Yeah, I knew it was a bad idea.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Tyler?
He's like the only one who's like, should we do it?
Yeah. We should Google it. We're like, nah, should be right.
Well, that didn't go exactly to plan. As it had come down and dragged along the chassis, it had sort of kicked itself sideways into the bank and jammed on the roof rack on the OP2. So now the recovery began. We had to try and unwedge the Opus and get it pointing straight down the drop. We tried multiple winching angles, some digging, some back and forth driving, but the thing was jammed up in there bloody good. It doesn't make the situation any easier that you have a whole crowd of people there watching. In the end, it took us nearly 2 hours, but we got there.
Zeph. No good.
Let's just blame it on Berto because
It's Berto's fault.
It's Brother's fault. He told us to go down. Nothing would happen.
Nothing will happen,
He
be
said.
fine.
Nothing would happen. You'll be fine.
So
We'll
like,
be
you
good.
only got 10 days left. And you
It's-
camp is fucked.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How bad she look?
Doesn't look that bad.
Okay, good.
Keep going. Just rip the tyre off the back. That looks better.
Well, we made it.
Did we make it?
Yeah,
You say me so happy.
I'm so happy. It's
Before we assess the damage on the camper, we've got to get TJ and Laken down in the cruiser. This was their first time ever doing something like this. Nerves were high.
Just don't jump on the brakes. Let it
No,
smack.
I've got the rundown.
You got it?
I've got the rundown.
You want me to?
Don't f it up.
We are good when you are good.
What if I'm not good? I don't want to do it.
So go real slow. Pretty much once you get the front over, just use your brakes, and then once you start sliding, let off the brakes until you hit the water. Yep. Go as slow as you can until it starts going.
Jesus Christ.
Driver?
Yeah, let go, drive it.
Drive. Oh, shit! That was terrifying.
That's all 3 vehicles successfully down Palm Creek. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, mate. Not too successful for me, but you know, we're down here. So all 3 vehicles down. First obstacle on the Tele Track. There's a hell of a lot more to go. This could be an interesting few days. The only damage my car got was the trailer's flicked up and just sort of nicked it in the corner there, but that's alright, won't stop me. And in regards to the trailer, yeah, this whole side was on the bank, so like it's just a little bit dented through here, and it snapped that off and a bit off down there, and yeah, that we're gonna have to pull that roof rack off because it's all sort of pushed and twisted that way a bit.
No, here we go. Throw that thing back.
Time to cross the Palm Creek River itself, and then that's the first obstacle of the Old Telegraph Track ticked off.
Down Palm Creek we go. We made it.
We don't recommend taking your camper down Palm Creek.
But we tested it for him.
Pull the roof rack off, tie it on the GQ, and we were good to go.
How'd you enjoy obstacle 1?
Well, you certainly know how to make it look hard.
Alrighty, here we go, water crossing number 2. Hopefully this one is a little bit more successful than the last one. Look at that, GQ and Opus 2, a little bit more successful than the last one. How's it feel to be back Cape York, 2nd year in a row?
Yeah, the track feels better. Everything's good and it's a good time out. Perfect weather. The weather's cooler.
The 3 litres back for redemption.
It's making up.
The next couple of water crossings were all relatively simple, didn't pose any issues. Just awesome to be out here and enjoying the bush of far North Queensland. We didn't start the Tele Track until lunchtime, and then the whole Palm Creek incident had taken up some time, so with the day getting on, our plan was to find camp soon at either Birdie or Dulhunty Creek.
We're closing in on Darche River and Birdie Creek, where we are hoping to find a camp at one of them. We're only about a few k's out, it's 5 o'clock. But we got to this muddy, swampy section here, so we're just having a bit of a suss, trying to pick a line through it. Here we go. How are you feeling about this one?
I mean, nothing can be as bad as the other place. I feel like as long as it doesn't try in the car, I'll be right.
Look, it's all uphill from here. Everything from this point is just redemption.
Literally.
Watch that trailer. So we can't take head back. Bang.
Your face. You're like...
Mate, Oakland's still tough, you know. You just flip them down Palm Creek and they keep going. You took a little wall ride, but scraped the dirt off. Back to new.
Doesn't even look like it's been in there.
Beautiful.
Wild influences over here. Demi, Tyler, Tomo, and Demi, not Thompson. What do you reckon about that? Tyler Thompson and Demi, not Thompson?
Getting the job done.
What was that, Demi? Let me zoom in on that. There's nothing on there. Where is it? Maybe at the tip. He might give you more than just the tip.
Boom, I think I got a little bit sunburned today. It's much hotter up the top end in winter. We have found ourselves a quiet spot here at, on the Darche River. We've got a nice camp spot down here, sort of off the track a little bit. So we're gonna get set up, probably have a swim, cook some dinner, enjoy the rest of this day. It's a bit harder to fold up now because we smashed off the gas strut on the other side, but you get that.
Right, hit it.
Hit it.
And it's not full of dust, which is good. OP2 set up, still all works beautifully, that's the main thing. Just a bit of cosmetic damage, I suppose you'd call it. Anyways, we're going down over here into the darkness for a swim. How's the late night swim, boys?
Pretty nice. It's actually really warm. Probably 23 degrees.
First time that it's scarred, embarrass yourself for someone, crying like a child.
Nice little quiet camp spot to ourselves on the river here last night. We're away from all the crowds, which is good. It's meant to be the dry season up here in Cape York, but it's raining today, so not sure what that's about. We're just finalising packing up camp, and then we're gonna keep heading north. Day 2, Old Telegraph Track. We're on.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what I'm keen for, but I'm keen.
I will also say in regards to yesterday, I definitely would not recommend taking a camper trailer down Palm Creek. You can definitely take a camper trailer on the Old Tele Track, but you're best to pick your easier lines. We're just picking the harder lines because I spoke to Opus and they said they sort of want us to just come up here and do a bit of R&D on the trailer, test it out, like, you know, see what you can fully put it through. I guess push the limits to the extreme, but I would not recommend doing this. You got to remember that we're obviously doing this for full-time content and we're working with companies and doing R&D testing for products and things like that, so. Next creek crossing is Birdie Creek, so you do sneak up along the side of this one for a little bit. So you got where you got a shallow spot there, and then you can shoot across. If you try and cross too early, there's like a couple big holes out there that can catch you out.
We left our first night's bush camp about 20 minutes ago, and about 15 minutes up the track we've come to the best looking river crossing we've seen yet. This is a beauty. Wide and clean, hard bottom. This is a great looking part of the world. I think you catch a fish in this one. another narrow little creek crossing with the purest water you'd ever want to see flowing through.
Another creek crossing done and dusted. Next obstacle, I believe, is the infamous gunshot. Are we going to send the trailer down gunshot too?
Surely.
I don't know. And here we are at the main gunshot line, the big dog. The most iconic obstacle in Australian full driving history. There's not really any easy option at gunshot this year, like with the camper. You know, you get cars down them. All of them are vertical drops. In previous years, there's always been a bit of a chickeny track that's always pretty good, but not this time. Anyways, TJ was up first in the 105, while I tried to work out how I was going to get the camper trailer through gunshot without having a Palm Creek repeat. TJ was keen to tackle the main drop, but first he had to get through the bog hole blocking the entrance.
Alright, stop there. He ain't driving that.
Don't think TJ heard Birdo. He still had a couple of more sends left in him yet. Mate, I think it's going to be a winch.
Yeah.
Last one, alright? Once you get to the top, we'll winch you. Last one.
That's wild, mate.
Yeah. Hey, what are you worrying about that?
I was telling him to stop, but he had his window down, so he kept running into his bin bag the whole time. So the front dip is just hitting like a wall here, so we need to get the shovel so we can dig that out, because we're not going to be able to winch through it. And we're pulling down, so it's pulling the front of the car down into it harder. So we're going to have to get that out with the shovel and then we'll winch up.
The 105 was through. Dad was up next in the GU.
There's a big slosh hole formed just before gunshot, of which we're aiming to get in and do at the moment, but we just had to winch a Land Cruiser up it.
Yeah, get down flat and then give her a rev. Turn a little right. Yep.
That'll be as far as you'll get.
Yep. I'm happy to get hauled from here.
There's gunshots putting on a bit of a show this year.
A bit of a time consumer, isn't it, when everyone else has consumed all their time here, reckon it.
Dad in the GU suffered the same result as the Cruiser. It's just way too soft and ruddy in there, but he's going to winch up and I think he's going to swing down and he's going to be the first one down the big gunshot one. I just turned the camera off to move position and his winch rope just snapped. There's too much load on it.
What do you reckon, Birdo?
It's just plowing the front.
Yeah, it was going down.
Hey?
What are we doing?
Getting Gary out of here now, he's stuck.
No winch rope?
No winch rope, snapped, and we're going to pull him back out with Tyler's car. He's got one out.
Gary, mate, you're not allowed to stop there.
I didn't know. I was hoping it was the shackle that broke.
Yeah, so were we.
And it broke on this side of the rope too.
This was turning into one hell of a bog hole. The plan was to winch Dad backwards using my car so we could dig the ground out in front of his car, retie his winch rope and hopefully winch him forward. You're right in the thick of it here.
Yeah, I'm back in the bogs.
This is a wild Tele Track adventure so far. We're only a third of the way along it.
Yeah, we started out that first obstacle, wiped us yesterday. Is this in real close to the first obstacle again today?
So we pulled Dad back down. I think we're going to try and dig it out and go forward again.
Tread price.
It's making a highway for Gary. What's the
Try
plan?
again and hopefully it works this time. So it's got him to come forward as far as he could. He's up at a good position now. We told him not to dig in and now we can hopefully winch him out. And he was up and out. What a mission that was. And that was only the entrance to the actual challenge, gunshot drop.
We've got up to the entry point to gunshot. We've got a crowd of 40 here to watch this little showdown.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm ready to smoke it up.
You got it?
Yep.
We got you here. Now you line up for the big one.
Is me line up all right in this moment?
I'll line you up.
We'll line up down there. You're getting there.
I'm good on the lock I'm on. The way to go, old son. Well, that's gunshot done. I've even got a tourist here throwing some water on my car for a wash down in the creek after it. It's great.
Yeah, you're on your line, TJ.
I almost died. Too fast, but I reckons.
That was a bit of a scary moment when those rear wheels came up off the ground. As Berto said, he didn't brake long enough and just came down too fast from the top. Thankfully, made it out in one piece. Going to need a quick winch through the mud down the bottom and he'll be on his way.
Anyways, it's pouring rain at the moment, and then we've got to figure out how we're going to get myself and the camper down. I don't think I'm going to go that way and just spend 2 hours in that slush. We're here, this is like the easy options, but none of them are great. This time I'm doing the most sensible option, but the sensible option isn't that.
It's still not that great.
No.
This is the most sensible option without doing the 30-something kilometre bypass.
Which we're not about that.
Which it's 8 k's back, 24 k's to the road, and then however far you got to drive on the road, and then back in. So,
Yeah.
no thank you.
Alrighty, here we go. Round 2 of the camper.
It's a bad idea. There's no way around it. Worst case, the same thing will happen, but I think we'll be sweet.
I'm watching the trailer on the drone.
Perfect. You'll be right just to cruise out.
Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, that was good. I was racing. It was a little bit more controlled this time.
Yeah.
I think the difference was, because it wasn't as high of a drop, I was able to get the car down
And then you got the trailer.
and then slowly get the trailer down, whereas yesterday the car sort of just went,
Boom, and then the trailer went.
and then the trailer launched behind it.
You did good. It was good.
No, we learned. We learned,
Yeah.
and now we're all the wiser from it.
Yeah, that was very finessed.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a swim, have some lunch and chill here for a little while. It's already, what is it, 1:32 or something?
Look, they run from me, but they run from.
Lunch and swim is done. We're going to keep heading north. I think the next major crossing is Cockatoo Creek. Also, seat covers, Razorback. They're coming in bloody handy this trip, I'll tell you. We're making a mess of them, and we'll just be able to wash them when we get home. And the other good thing about them is they make your seats more comfortable.
Which you need in a GQ.
Made it through to Cockatoo Creek. Looks like there's a traffic jam
That's been a fish out of night.
down over
We're
there.
camping somewhere down over there, alright? Demi likes it or not, that's where we're camping.
It's all rocky bottom this one, so you just want first gear low, nice and slow. You need to hug this bank up the side, and then you get to the middle where you cross. other side. The others can come through now.
We're just on the approach to Cockatoo Creek. Wideish creek compared to plenty of the others. Good driving, good scenery, good place to drive a truck.
All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me.
All 3 vehicles successfully across Cockatoo Creek, just the exit to go, and that was day 2 on the Old Telegraph Track coming to an end.
Good and up and done.
Here's a rat bag, eh?
So that's Cockatoo Creek done, and the last major crossing on the southern section of the Tele. I think we're going to have a bit of a look around here, see if we can find a camp spot.
You can do it!
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000.
Found ourselves a nice camp spot away from the crowd. We are moving a little bit slower on the Old Telegraph Track this trip. Normally 2 days, you tick it off, you know, at a nice cruisy pace. But I reckon we're going to be about 3 days this time, just because it's quite busy, and, you know, the camper's slowing us down a bit. And the, you know, family, like got Zeph here, which slows you down a little bit too, but there's no rush. This is just an incredible part of the world to be and enjoy it. We're going to walk back up to the main crossing now and have a swim and chill for a little while. Are you excited for a swim, Zeffy?
No.
You got your
This one.
you got your rash shirt on, and what do you got there? You got your tie gear chair.
Yeah.
You like that one, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, what you do to me?
Hey Zeffy, how's the water?
Data.
Hey Zeffy,
Huh?
do you like Cape York?
Yeah.
Times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have the life.
Mate. Lost him, mate. Lost the whole lot. You got one? Yeah, got one. Get him up, mate. Get him up. Get him up.
Oh yeah?
Get him up.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Look at that.
Oh, you little dirty devil.
Look at that bad boy, eh?
I don't know what
Good.
it is, but I got him.
I don't know what it is either. If anyone knows what this is it like some sort of jungle perch, sooty, bloody this, that, bang. Oh, you bastard. You had to buy it.
Oh.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Oh, you scared. You scared. Is that not the last cast anymore, is it? Have it back. Mate, you ripped it too hard.
Oh, that swim was very nice. It's so peaceful, quiet out here in the bush. It's good to be up the top of Australia.
This is hard work. You got this Sheila over here.
Lots of different Australians.
Doesn't like chicken unless it's black. She wants the best chicken you can buy,
And then I want to buy
and then she wants you to get rid of all the nutrients and flavour out of it.
Perfect.
She pretty much wants tofu blocks.
I would have preferred tofu.
Might as well just buy tofu.
That's it. No, I'm good, thank you. Why have I got 2 forks?
We can do whatever.
Beautiful night by the campfire. We were up early the next morning to get ready for the northern section of the Tele Track.
We're going to drive through the water today?
No. But no.
Right now, let's go.
1, 2, 3, go.
For the remainder of the southern section, there's not too much. It's just a fairly straight, rough road out. There's a couple of minor crossings, and then you come onto the PDR for a couple of kilometres, and then you're straight over onto the northern section.
And that was the southern section of the Old Telegraph Track complete. Quick run on the development road, and we were on to the northern section. If you're up for a challenge, there is a doozy of a crossing straight up.
So we're just at the northern section of the Old Tele Track, and then only about a kilometre after you come on is the first option if you are feeling adventurous, but most people don't do this one. You can quite easily go around it.
Oh, he's in it now. Here we go.
What do you reckon, mate? It's all silt, so what are we going to do? We're going to come down here in TJ's car, 35s, winch that hasn't broken, so it's got the most chance of getting through here. What he's going to do, he's going to use the brakes from the top, slowly let himself down, let off the brakes just before the bottom. He's not going to let off at the top this time, he's learned a lesson. And then once we get here, we're going to come around, we're going to hug this bank, and the soft section especially, we don't want to just plan it and spin the wheels, we just want to sort of create a bow wave. So you'll see the wave at the front of the car, and you don't want to overtake that, you just want to sort of follow it. Steady accelerator. And then you want to drive to the other side.
You're pioneering this track. No one's been through here
I'll
this
do it for
year.
you if you want, mate. I'll show you how to get bogged.
Well done.
Go slow now, hold the brake.
TJ was down the drop. No near front flip this time, thankfully, but he still had the big deep water crossing to go. I don't even know what you'd call this. It just looks like a swamp or maybe a dam, but it is pretty daunting. No good, boys. She's bogged in the middle. Grab that winch before the cruiser fills with water. The 105 was out, Dad was up now in the big GU.
Oh, look at all the water coming out the car.
We're coming down a little gunshotty type of a drop here.
Dad and the GU were successfully down the drop. We got a recovery plan ready and he was into it.
Can you reverse?
We can't go back. Let's get this recovery. We'll get TJ over there, we're getting back right up, and we're just going to have to make it happen quick.
So I'm just going to send her in again.
Nothing else you can do at this point.
Done. That was good.
Demi said she doesn't want to camp a trailer and car full of water, bogged out in the swamp, and look, it's probably the sensible option that we'll just go around. So it's quite an easy sidetrack around that one. And then the best part is we're going to Twin and Elliot Falls now swimming.
Where we going?
Elliot Falls.
Elliot Falls, Twin Falls. You looking forward to it?
I'm so
This
excited.
is my favourite spot.
Is it? Why?
There's a big jump rock, there's like a rope swing, there's a couple waterfalls, it's deep, it's crystal clear. Above it there's a big crack you can like just lay down and float, and then you can see heaps of stuff.
yeah.
It's sick.
What do you think about those crocs down here?
I'm not swimming yet.
We have arrived at Twin Falls, Elliot Falls, one of the most spectacular swimming spots anywhere you'll ever see.
This truly is a magical part of Australia. Well worth the drive to experience something like this, and one of the reasons I'll consider Cape York one of my all-time favourite camping and off-road destinations.
It is a very popular spot, this one. There's quite a few people here, but you can spread out. There's multiple different waterfalls, sections, swimming spots that you can go to. So that was Elliot Falls where we jumped off. And a couple hundred metres away here you got Twin Falls, which is a few little waterfalls and sandy pools, and there you can hang out and swim at.
Where are we?
Twin Falls, middle of nowhere, crystal clear water.
Who's behind you?
Gaza.
That f***ing legend, mate. We got Tomo Jr. Tomo Jr. over here. He's going to say, hey Dad, where should we go next? Where should I get bogged at?
My best swimming spot so far.
This is the best swimming spot the whole Cape.
Let me go on like I blister in the
spent some time enjoying the water and sun, quick bit of lunch at the trailer, and it was time to keep punching north on the Old Tele Track. First crossing was a fairly deep one.
No dramas though, sail on through, nice steady momentum.
All 3 vehicles successfully through.
Next crossing is Sam's Creek. We got quite a, I don't know, steep off-camber drop down here to begin, and then we got the actual creek crossing after it. The Old Tele Track is pretty much just made up of creek crossing after creek crossing, in between dirt roads, not a whole heap to film. We're all across the creek crossing. When you're at Sam's Creek, you got to make sure to stop here because there's a really nice swimming spot and waterfall just down past the crossing. Nice bit of rain for our afternoon swim. I love Cape York dry season. But this is the Sam's Creek waterfall. Bloody beautiful. I'm going to jump in there for a swim. What do you think about Sam's Creek?
This is my favourite one.
Favourite spot of the trip? Back on the track, Mistake Creek is the next crossing. All the crossings up this end of the Tele are that crystal clear water, white sand, just beautiful. Then coming up out of the creek, we've got a few wombat holes here to flex our way up. And then the OP2 seems to be following along pretty well behind. You just got to be a bit more careful of your lines when you're towing, and especially all those tight crisscross sections, you always got to just try and take it that little bit wider to allow for the trailer to come behind you. But it does follow pretty good.
The day was moving on and we were keen to find ourselves a camp spot for the night.
We are the next creek crossing, which is Cannibal Creek. We aren't going to cross it though. We're going to set up camp on this side of the track. It's about 4 o'clock. We're going to have a little early camp tonight, make the most of this afternoon, and then we'll be able to complete the Old Telegraph track tomorrow.
Don't ever drop start.
Focus is set up, fire's going. Someone's left us a nice big red wood log there. The birdo's going to chop up and get the fire cranking for coals for dinner. I did offer him earmuffs and safety glasses, but he said no, so can't help him. What car's that there, mate?
That's a Pajero, mate.
What do you reckon happened to her?
It's a Pajero, so I probably tried to drive here, it broke, and then here it is, so I got left here.
We need coals for the potatoes. We need them quick. Darche fan, fire, get the coals quick.
Camp's all organised back up there, so we'll come down the creek here for a swim and relax for a while. Cannibal Creek is another one of those sandy bottom, crystal clear Cape York creeks. Potatoes and steak for dinner tonight.
This is how you get down with the least amount of energy.
Are you enjoying Cape York, Zevi?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of nice swimming, isn't there?
But everyone has the same. Yeah. You ever seen potatoes wrapped in foil? You have. I've done it before.
What's that for?
Salt, it absorbs the moisture out of the steak.
Oh. Some on there?
Yep, on the other side.
Why?
and we just let it sit for 5 minutes with the salt on it.
Little nuggets of gold.
An awesome night around the fire with family. Best part, we had the entire camp spot and creek to ourselves.
Next morning, it absolutely poured rain all night, so the track's nice and wet. And we're starting off the day straight down this Cannibal Creek drop. Steep, it's wet, slippery.
Not sure whose idea it was to let me tow a camper trailer through the telly, but bloody hell, that OP2 is copping a beating.
That was a bit wild. The Opus took a hit into the bank, but it's all pretty soft, so it should be good. Oh, we are down through the water.
Just leaving camp, rained all night. Not what you think you're going to get up here. It's got the world's clearest water.
Trailer copped another beating on that on that bank there. Full concentration mode, but we are up.
The 105 and GU were not too far behind. Time to get into the Old Tele Track for the day. Next major obstacle was the Cypress Creek log bridge.
Next obstacle is a Cypress Creek log bridge.
Hand-built with ratchet straps and logs every year by four-wheel drivers and motorbikes, always a little sketchy taking your vehicle across it.
Because of the trailer, you just have to take it, you got to go heaps more forward and then come around wide, so you end up on a bit of a weird angle, but we're all good and we're through.
Man, it's good to be out here. Super fun four-wheel driving and a spectacular part of Australia. We were closing in fast on the infamous Nolan's crossing, but one more obstacle stood in our way, Logan's.
POV. I'm doing POV.
So we got to Logan's. It is a little bit shallow, or quite a bit shallower than what it was previously. It's about half the depth. Still going to air the tyres down though, because we're coming up to Nolan's too. So I'm going to go 10 at the front and maybe about 14 or so at the rear because I got the trailer on. We've got a fairly steep drop in. So do the trailer technique, which is ease the car down, and then you got to make sure you ease the trailer down behind it. And then we'll drop in here.
Logan's done and dusted. Next up, Nolan's.
It's always an eerie feeling coming down to Nolan's, the final crossing on the Telegraph track, and where a lot of vehicles do get dragged around every year. It's quite rutted out and flexy coming down here too.
Where are we, mate?
Nolan's.
Most wild
Easiest
crossing.
track on the telly. Nah, I'm about to go walk, see how deep it is for everyone.
It looks like it could be a little bit deeper this year because there's quite a bit of water laying over that other side, so it's obviously up a bit.
It's not nice water, is it?
Are you swimming now?
Can you stand?
I'm tippy toes.
What's this one like through here?
Yeah, it's this deep and it's silty.
Yeah, okay.
The guys across the other side were just saying they came through yesterday, Arvo, and it was like waist deep, and that all that rain we had last night has brought it right up to like chest height, so it said it's way deeper than what it was yesterday.
How are you feeling about this one, TJ?
I'm a bit nervous about this one.
What do you think about this one?
It's deep.
It's a bit more daunting than the other ones on the track.
It's good for a boat, I think. But, I don't know, you just go in, I just don't see anyone going all the way through the boat ramp.
Nolan's doesn't have any chicken tracks at it either. The one we're doing is the easiest possible way across this creek.
Logan's just running my winch rope out, so worst case we'll have a winch rope and tree trunk. We hook me on a tree the other side and pull me across.
Nerves are always up a bit on this. It's an obstacle of proper consequence, and I've never obviously driven it with a trailer, which makes it interesting. There goes second, nice and slow. Cruise on through, holy dooly, that's deep. Holy dooly, the car filled up. She filled up good. So much water in the car.
Yeah.
Check the Opus.
Oh, dry in there.
Our bags are dry in the Opus. That's good.
Yeah.
This thing must have floated. It must have, because it was higher on the car than this. This thing must have just floated across.
The GQ was successfully through. That would have to be the deepest water crossing I've ever done. It was bloody wild. TJ was up now in the 105.
We're about to do Nolan's crossing and I'm scared because it's deep, real deep. Oh my god. Got water. There's so much water in the car, it's a guarantee. That's a win. We're through. We can get stuck. That's a win.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, I think. That's terrifying.
But I said you took going too slow a little bit too seriously.
No, I was accelerating.
Is that all you had?
That was all. I was losing traction.
Yeah, wow. No, I think Dad's at high risk.
With the 33s?
Yeah, the 33s. And his shit all clearance. There's going to be too much cab in the water. I think he's going to lift. I think he could make it. I would think he's more likely going to float than make it.
So do you think we set up a recovery plan?
I do, because like it'll trip otherwise, for the sake of trying to be stupid about it.
Yeah.
We've come to Nolan's, the last crossing on the northern section. It rained through the night. It's up, it looks like, I'd be surprised if it's not 400 mil deeper than the last time we were here.
We're just going to set up some recovery gear, Gary.
Yeah, I'm not unhappy about that, mate. That's a good idea. I don't believe I've entered deeper water than this. Be getting close to it, but I think this is the deepest water I've drove a truck into.
I'm fully flat now.
She was floating in the rear. A bit of sideways got put on there, a bit of groggly sideways. You gotta love that. She was all cranked up.
Yeah, you were fully floating.
Sideways. Oh, it was a great little grovel that for a while, wasn't it? There was a time there where all things were going very slow, weren't they?
You're fully floating. Yeah. Your front tyres were like just grabbing, your back was like just drifting everywhere.
Water gas or what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was whipping around in the tail, mate.
Yeah, you're floating that whole way, goes up.
That was an intense moment. It was literally only the flow of the creek that floated him sideways towards shallower water, and he could grab traction and go.
We had some lunch, chilled there for a little while, watched a few more cars go through, and then we're just about to head off to the Jardine to cross the ferry and start making our way up to the tip of Australia. But a couple of guys have come back through and we got word the ferry is closed. It's broken down, I think it's like the 4th time in the last month or something. So it's uncrossable. Can't get across, it's broken down. They're flying parts up from Brisbane. They think best case it's going to be working tomorrow arvo, but apparently there's already a lineup of nearly 100 cars out there. So to fix it tomorrow arvo, start getting cars across. Best case it'll probably be not tomorrow, but the next day. That'll be crossable, which will be cutting too much into our trip. So I don't know what we're going to do yet. But anyways, we're just going to set up here at Nolan's for the night and figure out a plan from there.
With camp set up for the night, we jumped in the rigs to make the drive down the final section of the Old Telegraph track to the Darche River for an afternoon fish. A fun little section of track with plenty of mud and water lying around.
Next section, there's no way in hell we're walking this because it could be crocs. So we're going to cruise in and hope for the best.
Final few kilometres of the track out to the Darche River is normally pretty wet and swampy, and then with all the extra rain over the last couple of days, it was really soaked in there.
The track's so waterlogged at the moment, it's crazy. Pretty much just the whole track is a river. The 105's gone down. When I was coming down the GQ, I felt it starting to churn up and I could have just made it worse for them behind me. 105 started to follow the GQ. Hey, good.
Typical Land Cruiser.
Hey, those blokes have been following me around to the trailer the whole trip. So they're off. They realise they're out of their lease.
But he's honestly been getting stuck even with the trailer. Look at that, mate. Listen, saved the day once again.
Your friends are saved. Yay!
I didn't watch a lot of it. Yeah, we're stuck.
Second time. This black soil, not very good when it's wet. And Toyota drivers. Are you related to these guys?
You're a bit stuck. He's softening it all up for me.
Land Cruiser rescue mission number 2 complete. It's always a fun time coming that final stretch there down through to the Darche. That section of the track gets used a whole lot less and it's always a bit of fun. But anyways, we are down the end here at the Darche River.
Do you think they're sick of getting stuck, mate? Me and Gary just been pumping through, mate. No lockers on us.
Those blokes down the back there, feel different.
I don't even know if they're doing anything wrong. This car just sucks. It just gets stuck.
The boys are on.
We're on. He's got fish.
Oh, yay!
Because I got a barra.
A few bites, but that was the only one to land a fish on the bank. So he got himself a little barra, but I think it was a bit too small to keep, so he just chucked it back. We're gonna head back to Nolan's, probably get some firewood on the way.
You're helping Dad with the firewood.
So strong, Debbie.
So,
You good?
yes.
Firewood is collected. Back through the swamp we go.
Not too much further and we were back to our camp in Nolan's.
Hey, Dee, this week.
We got some sun this afternoon. Hopefully we get a nice sunset. We're just popping up the Darche awnings though. We'll get some protection tonight in case this rain comes back again. Demi and I are going for a little late afternoon swim. You can see this crossing's come down a fair bit too. That water was right up there earlier. It was a half-day special for extreme Nolan's crossing. Is that nice, Evie?
Get it, guys. Oh, look, I have no hair.
Another day is here and I am still alive. I'll say these words aloud, they speak from the inside. And every time I see you, you just walk away.
that cool, Zeffy?
Early morning swim in Nolan's. So nice in here. We got word that the ferry has opened at 7 a.m. this morning. We're going to pack up camp, shoot up there and see what the line's like.
I need to
Big line, guys, big line. So I made it down to the Jardine River ferry crossing. We're about 1.5 k's back from the ferry. And because of that breakdown, there's now a huge traffic line all the way down. So Lagan's got the drone up, counting cars.
Just say 5.
How many cars did you count?
56. So you can call it 60 runs. And you can say 10 runs. It's 6 cars or 5 with the caravan.
But how many of those 56 have caravans?
50%.
If we just do it by
50%. So you may as well, you call it.
That's 12 runs.
You call it.
We went around in circles, did some math, calculations, Pythagoras' theorem, all different things. Weren't really too sure in the end, but figured we were going to be waiting there the whole day, which no one was keen to do. So I made the choice to skip the photo at the sign and the top of Australia this trip and start punching back down south.
We're going back south. We're not going up the tip this trip. We're going to go to Fruitbat Falls for lunch and a swim. Made through to Fruitbat Falls, well, the car park. We're going to have lunch here for a little minute and then we're going to head down for a swim. The sun is out at the moment, but that was a wild drive. It absolutely torrential rained and everything just got caked in red mud.
Where are we, boys? Fruitbat Falls. So we've got a couple of fruit flies here walking down for a dip.
How does this rank on your swimming spots in Cape York?
In the top 3.
Top 3. Yeah. Sam's, the other one, this one. Let's go.
There's pretty much just one huge waterfall there that flows down all the way across the length of the river. It's about, I don't know, 1.5 meters, 2 meters high. And then upstream you just got all these little rock pools and that you can swim in, but it's an incredible area and swimming spot. What do you reckon about that for a swimming spot?
It's an incredible spot.
Yeah. It's hard to find swimming spots much better than this anywhere in Australia. Finished swimming, we're going to head back out of the PDR and continue punching south towards Bramwell. Made it to Bramwell. What do you think of our new car and trailer? That's insane. Mate, what happened to this thing?
Been rain. Look at that, nothing on the inside, mate.
No, that's amazing. Filled up the cars with fuel and then we've grabbed camping here at Bramwell Station tonight, so we're going to head in and find ourselves a camp spot. We've got camp somewhat set up and we're trying to dry a few things out, although there is more rain coming because it seems to rain up here all the time at the moment. Roto's doing a few vehicle checks.
Greasing some nipples.
Land Cruiser with a bonnet up. You don't see patrols with their bonnets up.
Just don't look over there. You got 2 patrols?
How'd the vehicle checks go anyway? What'd you find?
Your old boy's got a weeping remain.
Yep,
and
so does that one.
Can I finish my sentence? Yeah. So does that one. That one does as well, but that one's a manual, so the clutch might end up slipping if it gets heaps worse. If it doesn't, he'll be fine. He'll probably be fine.
What about my GQ, mate? Going strong.
Flare's falling off, engine mounts are in the wrong spot. I don't even know what colour it is currently. I don't want to touch it, but everything's good.
Relaxing night at the Roadhouse, some eggs for breakfast, and we are off to tackle Stones Crossing Track, which begins only a couple of kilometres from the Roadhouse.
The day's plan, what are we doing?
New track today that we've never done before.
That's exciting.
Stones Crossing. It's about 9:20 in the morning and we're taking off on Stones Crossing Track for the day. Never done this one before, so it's always good heading out into the unknown. Pretty exciting. It's looking fairly overgrown. I think it's had minimal use so far this season. Been recommended that it is fairly difficult with a trailer just because it's quite windy and tight, so should be in for a fun day. We'll see how we go. So Stones Crossing track travels through Steve Irwin Wildlife Reserve. It's like a big area that the Irwin family own out here to protect the wildlife or whatever up here. I believe they bring crocs into this area and release them in some of the creeks, so don't be mucking around any of the creeks out here. All private property, but you are allowed to drive through it. There's just no camping, no fires, no going off track, anything like that. So people keep coming through, keep doing the right things on these tracks on private property, then the owners will keep them open for people to travel through.
So better be good.
Second little creek crossing, drop down into quite overgrown, thick jungle, luscious. Nice and slow, first gear low with the trailer and car.
Nothing too challenging so far, but a beautiful drive through the bush up the top end of Australia. Not too much further up the track and we spotted some wildlife.
They're over there, they're over there, they're over there, they're over there.
Spotted them.
They're right in front.
I can see them. Yeah, I see them.
We're cruising along through the bush here and there's a massive mob of pigs. That's so cool. Big mob of black pigs. It's very overgrown, very windy. Gonna have sore arms by the end of the day steering the trailer through it.
I actually feel sick.
But it's very nice bush and land out here. Really feels like you're far out in remote Australia. Looks like we got ourselves a proper decent crossing here. It's a fair drop in and then a bit of water out there. We won't be walking that because there'll be too many crocs in there.
You know this whole Steve Irwin Wildlife Park? Pretty sure the whole point of it is they rehabilitated that thing. Drive out here and drop them off.
Berto's called 10-minute fish break before we drive through it. First cast, mate. I didn't have time to get the camera out. What did you get?
I know, little fella. It's a big lure too. So it just goes to show you, mate. That's the same size as him.
The boys had a few casts, pulled a few smaller fish out, but nothing we could keep to eat.
There's over 270 known crocs in the Steve Irwin Reserve.
There you go, you heard that. 270 known crocs in the Steve Irwin Reserve, so don't be mucking around out here. A couple of small fish, but nothing we could keep. We're gonna keep going. We won't be walking this crossing, I'll tell you that. Good, the big GQ got her.
We were all successfully through the croc-infested creek. Plenty more driving, but nothing too eventful to film. From memory, I believe it took us nearly 4 hours to get through to the big Wenlock crossing, and that's what we were all a little bit nervous about. We knew it was up pretty high, a local croc lives at the crossing, so you can't really walk it, so we didn't know if it was going to be crossable until we got there and had a look.
We've arrived at the crossing, what do you reckon?
Help us.
There's a few people over the other side there ready to watch us fail. But yeah, she's a big, long, daunting crossing, this one, but I think the line is like up here towards that, then shoot across last minute. All right, here we go. The big Wenlock crossing, Stones crossing at the Wenlock.
Help us.
Never done this before, not fully sure on the line, but both lockers in and we'll use maximum.
Are we floating?
No.
I'm shitting myself here.
We're not even in the body water yet, there. I'm freaking out.
Are you?
I'm a bit nervous. Oh, my heart was racing. I was nervous then. Well, once you're in there, that was deep, and I didn't know the line because you can't walk it. I'm the first car across and I got a bloody trailer on the back. Yeah, that was a lot.
The OP2 floated pretty badly behind the GQ. You can see it just do a full sideways drift. I didn't capture much of the build-up footage before the crossing, but I was properly nervous. Being that I'd never done it before, it looked deep and fast, and you can't walk it. I'd watched some of the footage of it and had a rough idea of the line and looked like it was at a crossable height, I think, borderline, but it was stressful. Anyways, here goes the 105.
I've really mucked this one up and we're floating on the river. Good to go?
Waiting patiently, I built this tower quietly, and when you're well, dry of serotonin, I can say things I don't mean, or maybe it's the truth in me.
Rock. Love that. God, yeah. I did not want to get stuck in there. We floated for a second there. I was like, super stressful. Hey? You went quick through that, didn't you? I wasn't sticking around.
Maybe a little bit too much speed, but Lakin and TJ were through in the 105. Just Dad and Berto to go in the GU.
Oh.
You like did not watch the line that Tyler took at all.
He wasn't waiting for
At all. I was literally standing on the other side. Tyler's looking at me. I was like, this idiot.
Oh man, everyone was stoked to be across the other side. One of the most rewarding things of challenging four-wheel driving. The excitement and feeling of accomplishment when you make it. Anyways, we cooked up some noodles for lunch, relaxed on the edge of the river and had a fish.
A barra!
Look at that, mate.
Fish tacos.
TJ's caught himself a barra.
Are you on?
Look at that, mate. No barra. Fought pretty good. Look at that thing.
Unfortunately, we couldn't hang around all afternoon fishing. The plan from here was to make our way out to the west coast for sunset and camp. I'd never been to any of this area of Cape York, so it was all new and exciting.
Ooh, we're up. Nice little steep climb out of the river there. Made it out the other side, Stones Crossing Loop, approximately 67 kilometres. We did it, guys. Look how big that truck is, Evie. Wow. There's a little bit of a drive, maybe about an hour, but it wasn't too bad. We just hit the start of the sand. So the beach is out there, about half a kilometre. We're gonna drop some tyre pressure and head out. It's coming up 6 o'clock. We have made it to the beach. First time ever being over this west coast, up Cape York, the top end of Australia. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be too cloudy to get a sunset this afternoon, but that's all right. It's beautiful to be down here on the beach and coast. This is really nice.
It's a bit wet, guys.
Hold on, Nick. Coming.
Good day to be on the beach, boys.
That's too odd.
Is it so cold?
Yeah.
You did all that in the middle of the rain and it's gone.
That looks cozy in there, actually.
The Overs does have an awning on it. I tried to bring it, but Demi said
Oh, listen to it. That's a lot.
So we're looking out the water and there was this thing floating down. We were like, is that a stick? Is that a crocodile? What is that? And we're just watching it. And then all of a sudden it just goes whoop, down in the water. So I sent the drone up
got some footage, which I'll put up on the screen, but yeah, there's a crocodile floating down the beach here. I don't think it was huge, maybe about 1.5 meters long, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, we honestly don't even see that many crocs in Cape York when we come, so it's always cool when you see them. And then all over this beach, there's so many cool seashells everywhere.
Look.
What did you find, Zeffy?
This.
You found a lighter on the beach.
Yeah.
We've been collecting treasure, Zeph. We got 8 coconuts and a bunch of lighters. Was that fun collecting treasure on the beach? The plan this morning, we're just going to cruise off this beach, back up to the dirt road, we'll put some air in the tyres, and then we're going to send it into Weipa, grab a few groceries and things, and then we're going to head out to hit Frenchman's this Savo. Just airing up the tyres, and then we're going that way.
We headed into Weipa to grab fuel, food and supplies. Unfortunately, the problems of Dad's patrol were about to begin.
Made it to Weipa, grabbed some diesel. It's 226.9 in Weipa, so not too bad, only just over what it normally is. Got fuel, got a few groceries in there at a little grocery store. We were going to go to Woolies Weipa today, but turns out they don't open on Sundays. We're about to leave, but Dad's car is broken down over there, it won't start. Getting fuel, Dad's car's been getting a bit lazy at the start of the morning. We thought it was battery, but now she's not starting at the servo. So you got the Ultimate 9 code breaker on to do a little scan, see if it's throwing any codes. Could be, what, another little fuel thing or something, maybe. It's getting fuel, like decent fuel pressure. You didn't put petrol in it?
Nah, it's got diesel in it.
That BMW motor's looking better by the trip.
We pulled up, it was running like a fucking jam. My start. Checked all the fuses, it's got fuel pressure on the game, my start.
So what's happening now? Little brake cleaner in the intake special.
Yeah, you don't need to do this for a diesel, but it might kick it in the guts and make it go. Does someone want to hit the key? You know what I mean? It's not real brake. Diesel is really slow to burn, and this burns like really fast. So diesel's compressed, and then this burns like starts burning while the piston's still going up. So it's like fine and help you.
So we got it going on brake cleaner, but why do we have to do that? We need to try and figure out what's going on with it. Energy to deal with a 3 litre.
Cool area.
So what do you reckon? It's showing to get fuel pressure on. Is that what? So you got the Ultimate 9 code reader there, and what it's showing bad fuel pressure.
Yeah, you get above about 18,000, 20,000 kPa, starts up. So I tricked it before with that brake cleaner, made it turn over a bit faster.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be 2 things. Battery sad, not cranking fast enough to get fuel pressure. Fuel pump that had let it go through it, probably some damage. It's been getting slowly worse the whole trip. Me and Gary been noticing it. It's 50-50. Like we can like take this and go and do whatever, and if it breaks somewhere, it's gonna break somewhere. We're just gonna have to sort it out.
Yeah.
If we can get a fuel pump, I can do it. It's only like a 4-hour job.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get one until middle of the next week.
The servo did have a battery load tester, so we used that to check the battery, but it was showing all good. Without proper tools and diagnosing equipment, it is tricky to try and diagnose it properly, particularly that it's only early symptoms. We figured something was going on with the fuel system, but we made the choice to continue on the trip and hope she survives. At least we were starting to wind our way south towards Cairns.
Dad's car's fixed, well, going. We sort of, I don't know, we'll keep on going. Hopefully the problem doesn't get worse, but if the problem does get worse, then we can hopefully figure out exactly what is going on with it. Start a motor, a fuel pump, something like that.
The plan was to tackle the Frenchman's track, but unfortunately the patrol did not make it before it shut off.
We're about 15 kilometres from the start of the Frenchman's on this Batavia Downs road, is it? We just got word over the radio GME. Dad's car stopped, so we're going back. 3 litres, done it again.
What happened, mate?
And we'll drive along. I know this little thing where it goes, and then lost power, turned off sort of thing. We rolled over here, and then you get out, and there's automatic transmission fluid. Come out of the breather, because everything's been hot.
Bye. Hey, you know what happened?
Yeah.
We were going to get fuel in Cooktown 12 months ago. It run out on the edge of Cooktown, just short of the garage. This trip, we got to the garage in Weeper. Wouldn't restart at the garage. Where do we go to next year?
We're just gonna leave you on the tracks. That's the trick.
Don't take him to any towns.
Yeah, that's it.
He's bad.
Yeah.
So do you reckon it's that auto's got water in it and now it's
It's definitely got water in it.
it's just spazzing out?
Did it throw any codes?
Fuel pressure regulator performance, fuel system leak,
Detected large leak. What the hell? It's weird that it seems like it's sort of developed 2 separate issues.
Yeah.
A fuel and an auto.
Just try and start it.
The auto was slightly milky, a little bit of water in there, but nothing drastic. Berto pulled the fuel filter apart to check the diesel for any water.
This looks golden. This fuel looks good. So now I'm just gonna like, if I can, pull this filter up and out, and then it's got a drain on the bottom, and I'm gonna drain it into that container. So then we know if it's actually in here. If not, no idea. Back to square one, mate.
It's weird that it's saying major leak and then like there's no leaking fuel.
It means it doesn't have the pressure it wants up at the rail. No, that's why it thinks it's a leak. Because like it doesn't actually know, like it can't go, hey, I'm leaking right here. It just knows I'm missing some pressure. All right, so I'm gonna need you to do 12 jumping jacks. I need you to do 12 push-ups, and then at the end, I need you to say,
Bibbidi
"Ooh, ha,
bobbidi.
ha." And then I'll have this out. I can't keep working until you do it.
Well, you know I'm not doing 12 jumping jacks.
Do you reckon you could
Break his
kneel?
knees.
Can you kneel in front of me so I can stand up and reach this?
Yeah.
Surely get him a target still.
I would happily accept.
Yeah, where's your stool?
It's in,
back
you know where it is, on top of our luggage bags.
Got this for the little guy.
Not full of water.
Oh my god.
It's broken now. I'm covered in diesel, everything's slippery. Turn that thing off.
Showing everyone
This is the truth.
what the real Berto's like.
So, no water in the fuel. What's the plan now?
Probably going to kill myself before the end of the trip. I think we're just going to put this back in. I'm going to pump the fuel up, pump the fuel through it. We're going to start it again. Hopefully it starts without brake cleaner. If it doesn't start without brake cleaner, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should pull that top cover off real quick and make sure there's no injectors leaking or something. Just at the top, double check. And that's what we're going to do.
And then just keep on keeping on because not much else we can do just yet.
Amen to that, player.
Not much else we could do here. It seemed to be starting alright and running again. It was a bit of a weird one.
Trying to crank.
Yeah, try and turn her on. You can use throttle, no
Spitting up
throttle.
them pigs.
I was just looking for maybe a leak back here. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, we have hit the start of the Frenchman's track. Dad's car has been going pretty good for the last 15-20 k's, so hopefully it stays good. You excited for the Frenchman's track?
I got no idea what it is, but sure.
She's keen. Frenchman's would be my second favourite track in Cape York, I reckon, after the Old Telegraph track. So we've got the Wenlock, the Pasco, a couple big river crossings and a few fun obstacles in between.
The first main obstacle on the Frenchman's is a large section of swampy land featuring some long muddy channels. Generally, they are drivable, but can get boggy in sections.
A little bit soft in a couple of spots there, but not too bad.
And we're through.
We're through.
A few more swampy sections to go, and we were closing in on the first major crossing of the Frenchman's, the Wenlock.
Oh,
That stinks.
now we got a very steep descent down to the river here. Just got the rear locker in to help maintain that stability and control. Now we got the mighty Wenlock. We've never had any dramas with this one. It's always been quite shallow when we're here. It's only, you know, shin deep, but it is fairly soft down the middle. So I would recommend having your tyre pressures down for it. Beautiful river, this one.
The Wenlock was nice and low when we crossed it, no dramas at all. The day was getting on though, and we were on the lookout for a camp spot.
What do you reckon about this, boys? We set up camp here for the night, swim, cook dinner.
We'd found our camp spot, a beautiful little creek on the Frenchman's. It was on the other side of the crossing though, so let's get there.
Alrighty, let's go. First one up, I'll put a rear locker in. She's pretty tight in here. The camper's just dragging on the bank, so I just got the handheld jam out, I'll go to a spot.
We quickly worked out that way was too tight with the camper. We tried to back it out, but I was on a bad angle now and the camper was just jamming into the bank. So I was out with a winch on the cruiser to realign the OP2, and then we could try option 2.
The easy option didn't work with the trailer. There is an easy option over there, a couple 100 metres, but they said just try the hard option.
This is Tyler Thompson.
Hey, extreme adventure.
This is an True adventure.
Yeah, you're good. You're not touching yet. I think it may just touch a little bit. No, you're good. You're good. Keep driving.
Beautiful work, thank you. So since I ended up coming up that one, TJ's going to do the one I couldn't do.
Definitely a bit easier without the camper trailer on the back. I will say though, this is my third time doing Cape York, and doing it with the Opus camper this time has added a whole new challenge and an element of unknown, which has been great. Dad was up in the GU2 and it was time to set up camp for the night.
Dad and Berta are over there doing a bit more diagnosing on the 3 litre. It's running fine, but as soon as you turn off, it hates starting again. Berta says fairly confident at this point that it'd be the fuel pump playing up, wearing out after it had the petrol go through it. Probably, you know, just drastically reduced its life. Anyways, we've got all the vehicles set up just on top of this creek here, and we're going to get camp set up and then go for a swim.
Is it nice in there?
Hey guys, back with another video. Vivi and Daddy.
Although I'm sad for Gary, I'm happy for the Jeep community. You know what I mean? Yes. Now we both know what it feels like. It's annoying when it's like something's broken and you don't know what it is.
All I can say, this is why we like TD42s.
Yeah, really? Watch this. Imagine.
It ain't going.
That kicked over.
It ain't going.
So we'll break clean start in the morning and keep on keeping on.
What are we on to this morning, mate? We're looking at fishing rod storage.
Yeah, check this thing out. Hunted Engineering. It's like an awning, but it hangs off the side.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
So you imagine, right? How much is it? Don't worry about it.
How much is
You
it?
imagine awning on this side,
Yeah?
fishing rods on that side, you just reach up, grab them out.
What else you need to do to this car of yours? Now you've driven it a couple of days. What's
So the whole exterior needs to go.
Yeah,
Needs replaced. I bent the front bull bar, accidentally ran into a rock.
Yeah.
So
central locking just randomly
I'm
locks.
going to get one of those.
The passenger window doesn't go down or up unless you open the driver's door.
Yep, got to fix that. And the central locking is got a mind of its own, so
And
you've
the
got to keep
clutch
the
is
key
ruined.
outside. Clutch no good.
Well, it's not ruined, but it's not great.
Well, it's gone brrrr.
Yeah, but it doesn't slip.
And I busted my mirror on the passenger
You
side.
busted the mirror, give us a look at that.
Yeah.
And the front windscreen's cracked.
It's very comfortable.
Maybe like an upgrade on the radio.
Very comfortable.
Oh.
A lot of it's just cosmetic stuff. It drives really well.
And the fuel consumption
Hasn't
probably needs to be looked at.
It hasn't missed a beat.
You reckon we put an FTE in there? Make the same power as this FZ with a turbo on it.
No, I
But
want
you get
it
13.
to make 500 horsepower, so you just figure that out.
You don't need that though.
Yes, but
Yeah, okay,
it's
yes,
what
boss.
I've cooked it
How fast, boss?
That's
500 horsepower, boss.
Let's go see if Gary's car turns over.
Just pump up, give it a glow, mate. Give it a double glow. We'll see what it's all about.
Beautiful little camp spot there last night. Had a swim at that creek this morning, and now we're heading off, continuing on the Pasco. Not the Pasco, the Frenchman's, and we're heading towards the Pasco. First little obstacle of the day is just a small creek, but there's a bit of a steep entrance and exit.
This thing did start up cold this morning. I don't like its future, but its present's the most needed thing right now. Hopefully it gets us down around Cohen or somewhere today with any luck. That's what I'm sweating on. I think I may have damaged that fuel pump in this thing when I loaded it up with unwanted 98 unleaded it. Silly mistake, bad day for me.
Anyways, nothing we could do about it now. We were all just praying it would hold on and get us back down towards Cairns.
This is where Dad got bogged last time, remember?
You can see why, it's all just full of silt.
Yeah.
He says I can't get camera footage. What did I just do? I did it. Stop zooming in on me.
Hey Jeremy, how's this track so far?
Oh.
What do you reckon about it?
Bit moist.
A bit moist?
Bit moist.
Not the good sort of moist?
Well,
Could be.
could be.
Let's get the boys to come through. Come on.
Go boys.
Come on.
Come on, come on.
Not far to go now, we were closing in on the Pasco River crossing. Generally considered the hardest obstacle on the Frenchman's track, deep and fast flowing water.
We are on the final descent here down to the Pasco. It's a little bit steep, rocky, rutted. Nice slow crawl down through here, first gear low. We've got the Predator tyres down about 15 psi, so you can see them bagging out on the tyres of all the way to the GQ and camper set up on them. Each vehicle is going to change with tyre pressure depending on, you know, what tyre you're running and the weight of your setup and that.
What have you got the stick for, Zeffie?
What?
Test the water?
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you reckon?
That's a river, mate.
That's a river?
That's a real river.
What do they call that one?
They call that the Pasco.
The Pasco, mate. What do they call that for?
Because it's impassable.
That's just its name. Mr. Thompson, we're going to do a quick walkover
Yeah, so look, we made it to the Pasco. This is probably the biggest obstacle on the Frenchman's. Debatable whether to walk it or not. There is crocs in the Pasco. Unlikely to be here. I can see. There's no crocs there.
You don't really know if there's crocodiles because like the whole point of crocodiles and not knowing they're there is because they're good at like
Good at hiding.
not showing themselves.
Probably a trained professional.
What does that think? We'll walk across because we got a depth check and see if I'm going to float across there with a camper.
I don't reckon we need to do that though. I don't know. I don't reckon you need to check. Gary, did you just send your son to his death?
No, he walked it. Birdo was in there for quite a while last year.
That was last year. This year's a different year.
Check the depth, it was very deep. No crocs in there though. I was up first in the GQ, let's get it done.
Alright, here we go. We're on. We got Zeph on the front seat with Mum in case anything happens. It's easier and quicker to get him out of the vehicle.
Why did we only do this for this one then?
I don't know, I just thought about them. Alright, here we go. We're on.
Wow, it's coming in. It's coming in. Wow.
Wow, so much water in my feet already.
Oh my god. It's so wet. Ah!
Right.
Oi, the back seat's filled. Don't put it on the hill.
Let it out, let it out. Wow, the car's filled with water. Wow, we got water in the car, Zeffy. She's filled up.
So we're just coming down this little rock steppy to get down to the Pasco. Just good how you going. Pretty deep. Water's over the bonnet.
GQ and 105 both across. One more vehicle to go, Dad in the GU.
There's 2 trucks across. Mine's coming, all being well. Get some lockers on here and the grovel begins.
I don't know if anyone noticed, but holy dooly was he close to getting water down his window.
Everyone safely across the Pasco. That was very deep crossing, that one. It always is. I feel like that was slightly deeper than we did it last year, but we'll keep punching east. That's the last major obstacle on the track. The scenery as you come through this final few kilometres of the track, well, it's very, very corrugated, so it's quite bumpy, but the scenery is bloody spectacular. You got like all these cool mountain ranges all around you, and it's kind of a bit cloudy and moody. It looks amazing. That is, the Frenchman's done. We've hit the end of the track. That was a whole lot of fun. The main road is just there. We're just chucking a little bit of air in the tyres on the vehicles. The last few days, I'll quickly show on this map where we've been. So we were up here at Bramwell Roadhouse. That Stones Crossing track came down, we across the Wenlock River, came out, camped at Pennyfather River area over here on the beach. Came down into Weeper, and then we came across here, across this Batavia Downs Road over here, hit the Frenchman's, and then we followed that along, and now we're at the end. Now we're going to head this back along here onto the main road, and then we'll start following that down in here where we're going to head over towards Cooktown and stuff.
Not too much further up the road you do cross the Pasco again, where we pulled up and had some lunch, ready to begin the big drive south. Unfortunately, Dad's 3-litre patrol had other plans.
We didn't get too far down the road from our lunch stop and Dad's car's playing up again. What do you reckon is going on, Berto?
We're driving, and it sort of sounded like we went up the hill and we heard like a just like that.
Sound like a boost leak. So I thought maybe the EGR pipe has come loose. Maybe.
Do you reckon that could be what's causing all these problems?
Yes.
Berto did some investigating, found the dump pipe was missing 2 out of 3 bolts and loose, tightened that back up, but wouldn't really, unfortunately, explain the issues we were having.
It seems to be just all different things going wrong, making the whole situation more confusing.
Correct. Welcome to the life of a mechanic.
I'm just using it as headrest. Oh, sorry about that.
That's another assault charge. I'm gonna have to have 16 paid weeks off. At double the pay rate. And then once that's over, I'm gonna have mental damage.
I've already got that.
Trauma. I've already got that apparently. I wasn't here when I started.
So Berto got that dump pipe fixed up as best he could. We don't have spare dump pipe bolts and it's missing 2 out of 3, but he has tightened the remaining one and hopefully it holds on. That obviously hasn't really changed anything going on to the other issue, so while we're here we're just going to do a little bit more further diagnosing. Going to put a jumper leads from the 105 to the GU.
See if it's a starter motor / battery issue. We know it's not the battery, but could potentially be like an earth strap or something's gone bad, or a starter motor. So if we give it a bit more juice and it starts up, we can probably go maybe it's starter motor. Check a lot of stuff, and there's only so much you can check out here. I'll just change those 2 sensors, because when I was in there cranking it, I checked the fuel rail pressure and that. Yesterday we had 10k on crank, now we got 8,000. So that's sort of getting worse, now it's cranking faster. Sort of tells me it's a fuel pump, but we'll change the sensor and the relief valve in case the relief valve's maybe got something stuck in it and it's losing pressure. So that's my thought on that, and then if they don't fix it, sort of tells me it's probably going to be the pump. It's just slowly getting worse.
So Berto mucked around changing a couple of things, but nothing helped or changed. Started on brake cleaner again. The plan was to try and get to camp, or a better spot at least, but he only made it about 200 metres up the road this time.
Should've got a Land Cruiser.
I've got 2 incredible cape trips out of it, but it likes polishing me off on the home water, doesn't it?
And do you think that an engine's like 20 grand investment into it is worth it?
Well, it would be. Yeah. There's little doubt it would be. You go away with the feeling that you're going to have a more reliable car.
Damn.
We don't have much brake cleaner, so it doesn't start again. I'd rather at least get somewhere like Cohen than we can get something like that, or camp there and get something the next day. Because I don't really want to camp on the side of this factory randomly.
We tried a couple of more times, but we were getting nowhere. Only a couple hundred metres each time up the road before it would turn off.
Can't park there, bud. Can't park there.
20 metres up the road.
What happens, Effie? Their friend's car broken down again. Yeah, and you say you can't park there.
No, it bought there, Dad.
So I'm going to try and drive it again. If it does it again,
And that'll be the Land Cruiser and the GQ up front and me in the back.
I reckon the fuel pumps.
That's a shit outcome.
Yes,
Tow it home.
that's right. Tow truck.
Tow truck home.
We're going to get a winch extension, and we're on a bit of a bend and a dip. It's not really a safe spot to be on the side of the road, so we're just going to get the rope. We're going to tie him up to a nice flat spot off the road, so we're safe.
Everybody cries. Everybody hurts.
There's still a couple of little things it could be, which we'll have a play around with when we get to somewhere safe. The most likely bigger thing it is will be fuel pump, which is like, Berto can change it, it's a half-day job, but the issue is getting a fuel pump. There ain't no fuel pumps up here to Cape York. I feel bad for Dad. This is the second big Cape York trip in a row now. This 3 litres gone bad. The other thing I forgot to say too is it's currently idling, like it's running, And if you just leave it idling, it runs fine. It's only when you're trying to accelerate and get up hills that it's dying. So at least Dad can be driving it with it idling, so he's still got full brakes, power steering, all that sort of stuff.
How do you idle it without do you put it in gear?
No, it's just in neutral.
How does it move when it's in neutral?
It's being towed.
Yeah, but like how does it move when it's in neutral? I thought that means you just stopped.
Yeah, you stopped, but then the Land Cruiser's pulling it, so it's not stopped.
Without this, what would I do?
What would you
Where
do?
would I go? How would I communicate?
I wish you could show me the front of it and not the back of it.
Oh, sorry.
We're halfway there, guys. 37 kilometers to go.
Let's go. Alrighty, we have made it all the way through to Archer River Roadhouse area. The big bridge is up there, the roadhouse is up that way, but you can camp down on the river here. It's a really nice river, so we're here. Dad's car is still sort of somewhat driving around, idling around in bits and pieces. So we're going to bring the vehicles down, get set up here on the river. It's a beautiful spot, and then we'll have to formulate a plan. And that was the issue. As soon as you put it under any load or give it some throttle, it would die. Anyways, time to get camp set up and then we can play fix 3 litre patrol. Well, attempt to anyway. Things weren't looking great at this stage, but we were going to try some more diagnosing and checking in case by some miracle we could get it running again. So what are you changing on this thing now, Beto?
Fuel pressure relief valve. I've changed the pressure relief valve, so now I'm going to try and start it. I don't think it's going to fix it, but hopefully it does. There's only one more thing after this, suction control valve, before it's the pump.
What's that? Again.
There's potential, there's potential.
Hey.
What do you think about that, mate? Is that some sort of victory there?
It's a little victory. Mankind.
God, don't play it humble. You're stoked.
I need a drink now.
We probably need to take it for a drive and see how it goes.
I'll just put it together and I'll go for a drive.
We had a glimmer of hope there for a minute, but when Berto took it for a drive, it just did the exact same thing. Shut off a few hundred metres up the road. Berto made a quick couple of phone calls to try and figure out what else we could do or check.
And it's broken down.
I don't know, sort of think it's got either fuel pump or injector, so I'm going to unplug each injector one at a time. See if it builds fuel pressure, because if one's stuck open, it won't build any fuel pressure. If I unplug them, they won't hopefully shouldn't fire, and then if there is one stuck open, it'll build more pressure. So I'm just going to do it one at a time.
Berto pulled out the injectors one at a time to see if it made any difference on starting up as each one was out. But no difference or information gained.
None of them make no difference.
So it's not the injectors.
I doubt it.
Next morning, final thing that Berto is doing with Dad's 3 litre is changing the suction control valve. We do have a spare one of those. You got it, mate.
I've got to
Get the new suction control valve in and see if anything changes.
Parts in, mate. You feeling confident?
I'm not.
Last thing we can possibly do up here.
Yeah, unless that thing over there, but I don't think it is.
The map sensor.
Yeah, but I don't think it is. You know how shit they run when they...
Yeah.
Benny gave me something I can check on that as well, but I don't think it's that, because it's like, we just lose fuel pressure. No.
Did not seem to start any better with the new suction control valve in. Took it for a drive and same thing, just shut itself off.
No good. Got to die up there.
Yeah, it's right. I'll get the multimeter out real quick and I'll test that thing, but I think we're going to be flat on it.
Ran some tests, check the MAF sensor, check the earths, anything Birdo could possibly think of, but nothing.
No good, mate.
I've tested everything that we can test here. Changed the suction control valve, changed the rail pressure sensor, changed the pressure relief valve. I've unplugged the MAF. It doesn't change anything, which is sort of concerning, but
Could be a MAF sensor.
we also don't have one, so either way we're getting towed. I did think on the way here that we should probably keep one of those for a spare.
Yeah.
But they are expensive. Checked the EGR, the pipe wasn't cracked at the back, so they have an intake leak. I've added an earth in case the earth strap was buggered. Checked fuses. I don't know, I forget half some shit we've done, but we've done a fair bit of stuff.
So it's probably,
Off the fuel filter,
we checked the injectors.
yeah, we sort of unplugged the injectors to see if we had a leaking one, like one at a time, just unplug it while it's off, turn it on, see if it'll like hold rail pressure, because if one's stuck open, all the rail pressure is just going to be going straight into the cylinder.
You've done about everything you can, short of having an actual workshop with proper scan gauges and computers
Well, I don't
and
think a
pills.
proper scan gauge would even tell me. I reckon I reckon that pump's just shagged. I was pretty surprised that it actually went after he unloaded in it, and then everyone's telling him that, like, you know, it's pretty normal, it'll be fine. And I don't know, actions speak louder than words. So
Yeah.
from my experience, they always out, whether it's straight away or a little bit later, but you would think it's probably had 10 tanks of fuel in it from since when it's done that to here, so it's obviously just like slowly degraded. Broken car. We're on the side of the track. We got to get 7 hours back to Cairns. We have enough seats, but we don't really have enough room, plus the seats. So I don't know, we're gonna have to figure something out.
Does this make you reckon 3 litres are no good?
No, it's not the car. It's not the car's fault. It's never really had a fair chance, that car, unfortunately.
And like the engine's good. It's just we've just had fuel system dramas, which is not
This second time around, it's not.
not the car's fault.
Yeah. It is what it is though, no point crying out spilt milk. We're here now.
It's a good spot to be anyway. Look at this.
Yeah, it's
Buddy, one of our best camp spots down here on the river. Nice slab.
It's actually really nice to work on. You know, you can lay all your parts out in a nice line.
Not all bad.
Not all bad. Not all bad.
Well, that was it. The 3 litre patrol was dead. Nothing more we could do. We organised with Lockie from Off The Wall Automotive in Cairns to leave it at Cohen until he could pick it up in his truck the following week.
Successfully got the patrol through to Cohen, where we are going to leave it. So it's getting left at the Armbrust general store. So Lockie from Off The Wall Automotive has organised to leave it there, going to leave it out the back of that shop. And then, as I said, he will come pick it up in the next week or two when he can. His truck's out of action over the next few days. And the plan is we're going to get Dad and Birdo's stuff out of the GU, everything they need, fit it in to the 105 and GQ. Load them up as best we can. We don't have any spare seats in the GQ, and the boys have 2 back seats in the 105, so Dad and Birdo are going to be nice and cosy in there.
Sorta.
Leave Dad's car over there at the general store, and then we'll keep on keeping on. We're abandoning it in Cape York. Dad's car left there in Cohen. We're heading south to Musgrave, loaded in the 2 vehicles. We've arrived at Musgrave station. We'll head over there in a sec and top up on fuel, having a little bit of lunch here, and then I will show on the map the plan. Cohen there is where we left Dad's car, and then we've done this run down here through to Musgrave, and then from here we can keep following the main road, but we're going to take this one out through Lakefield National Park. So that's a really nice drive out through there. It's just a main dirt road, but lots of awesome scenery, a few nice crossings. It is full of crocodiles, so we may even see a crocodile out there. Then we're going to follow that through and then come in. We might aim to camp at Isabella Falls tonight or somewhere through here. And then from there we aren't far from Cooktown. We'll do a bit of stuff around Cooktown tomorrow. And then start heading down here through the Daintree, because we've got to be back over here in Cairns on the Thursday. Today's Tuesday.
Hold me now, I'm 6 feet
Made it through to the first major crossing, the main river system here in this Lakefield National Park. It's a really nice spot here. I think we're going to stop. Boys are going to throw a line in, see if they can't pull a couple of fish out, and maybe see if we can spot some crocs. We've got some really nice water flowing down here through the rapids, a little waterfall, and then into a deep hole. So the boys are chucking lines in, seeing if they can pull anything out.
Unfortunately, did not catch any fish this afternoon, but Lakefield National Park is a beautiful place to relax and enjoy. A whole load of animals and bird life.
No fish were caught. We are going to keep heading towards Cooktown. It's just past 5, so it might be a bit of a late camp tonight.
Continued the drive out of the national park into the late afternoon and night, on a mission to make it to Isabella Falls for camp.
We ended up arriving at camp about 8:20 last night, so I didn't film anything. We had some dinner and sat around for a while and went to bed. But it is the next morning. Absolutely beautiful day, blue skies. We just camped up there above this Isabella Falls. There's a few camp spots around this creek and waterfall here. Gonna go for a morning swim to get started for the day. Nice refreshing swim to start the day. We packed up camp and we are heading towards the coast from here. I think it's about 30 k's. Cape Bedford and Elam Beach. Elam, something like that.
The drive along Elam Beach takes you past the coloured sand cliffs, which are pretty spectacular to check out. You can only get a few kilometres up the beach though, before you need to turn around and come back.
So we drove up to the end of that Elam Beach, well, as far as you can travel. It's only about, I don't know, probably not even 5 k's out long at 10 minutes max. We didn't pull up or anything, we just had a look around. Now we're coming back and we're following the inland track further out this peninsula, where you come out to Cape Bedford and over to the other side of the Headland Peninsula area.
Very nice change of scenery to be on the sand at the beach. What an incredible country Australia is to explore.
Other than that one long soft sandy hill, the rest of this track's been pretty good. We're coming down to the beach in front of us now. I can see it out there. And then over on the left I can see the Cape Bedford headland, where you can drive up onto the headland a little way, but the views are pretty spectacular out through here. Magical part of the world. You come along the beach a few k's and you just pop off the end, and then you get on this track which takes you up along the edge of this headland there. It's actually a bit of a daunting track. It's not like hard, but you're just literally on the side of this headland of massive drops off the other side. It's steep, it's narrow, but it's worth coming up here for a drive and having a look. Try not to get blown off the top when you're up here.
What do you reckon about this place?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Too high.
You got a shook, mate.
She's rattled. Alrighty, we are at the top here. It is Cape Bedford. Super cool spot, absolutely spectacular views. You're on a pretty tight edge here, so a big cliff there, a big cliff down there, way down to the ocean. That is a long way down. That's the beach there we drove up. That Elam beach that we were on before is sort of over in there, you can see it. Our plan is to go back along here, and you can see there's a track up on that cliff over there. See if we can get over that, and there's a track back out to the main road up through there. Very steep and scrabbly this. This is both lockers into the trailer, second gear low, and just trying to cruise on up. The views up here are just incredible. This is a sick track. It's very steep and very tight and narrow. You want to make sure you're steering the correct way. The views up here are so good, but
The headland track drops you back down to the beach where we followed it along to hopefully find an exit up the other end.
we followed that beach up, and then there was a nice easy exit up this other end. Just putting some air in the tyres, and then we are heading into Cooktown.
How did you like the morning at the beach?
It was good. Went treasure hunting, went up some big hills.
How did you like it, mister?
Mate, it was fantastic. I loved the fact that I got to go up the rocks and I got to go across the beach, and it was just so good.
The tyres were aired up and we headed into Cooktown to grab some fuel, food, lunch, and Zeph got to enjoy the water park.
Is that fun? From Cooktown, we're punching it south towards Cairns via Daintree and the Creb Track. It's about an hour and a half later and we're up in the Daintree. So we drove main road through the town of Wudjal, and then we're taking the upper Daintree road, and that's the one we're on now, which will take us up to the Creb Track. I've never actually come this way before, but we've hit this massive river here, and we've got an awesome big river crossing to contend with. A little bit of depth, but nothing too bad, just nice and slow, first gear low, and we'll be across the other side.
The day was getting on by this point and we spotted a nice camp next to the river, so figured we would grab it for the night. Get the fire going, relax and enjoy some dinner.
You're on dinner duties tonight, are you, mate?
Well, I'm on half of dinner duties tonight, so we're having a couple of roast veggies and maybe some crumb chicken or something like that. I think the boys are doing. So I'm just in the back of the car, mate. Look at this, I've got King's pull-out pantry. We've got half spare parts, half food, and it's got this little fold out with a table. We put a little cutting board on there, and I'm getting dinner ready. So
The boys have been enjoying this setup, this trip, and then what, they got a top slide out one here too, which has got
spare parts, deodorant, gas, you know, all the random bits and bobs.
other gear in it. They haven't had to use any of the spare parts, which has been good, mate. You built this thing too good.
Look at this, they got a pull-out table with a beer opener. So,
and then they got the big fridge on the fridge slide there.
Fridge on a fridge slide, but
It's been not a bad setup. You guys been using this for lunch and dinner every day.
yeah, but we've had 4 blokes jamming in this for the last few days, and it's getting to work out. Obviously, we've got shit stacked everywhere, and yeah, we're getting into dinner now. Everyone's getting hungry, so I better keep on keeping on.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against brought me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead, singing, come out of things unsaid. Shoot an apple off my head.
It's the next morning, packed up camp nice and early. We left maybe about 8:15, and we just finished off this upper Daintree road. It was all just like a single lane dirt track through the bush, and then we just hit the Creb Track. So it's our final day of our Cape York adventure. We're going to follow this Creb Track through the bush where we come out over in the Daintree. It seems quite dry out here, so it all should be a relatively easy drive. In the wet though, you want to avoid this place. It just turns to absolute chaos when it is wet.
The Creb Track cuts right through the wet tropics rainforest of the Daintree. It was originally constructed to maintain power lines, hence the Creb Track name, meaning Cairns Regional Electricity Board. It is closed during the wet season due to river levels and how slippery the track is when wet. Not too far into the track there is a turn-off which takes you to this peak for a spectacular view of the rainforest and mountain ranges all around you.
So now we drop down off the other side of this mountain, which is what they call Big Red.
pop this whole thing in the wet. We're back down the bottom of the valley now, and we got a really nice, crystal clear Daintree river crossing.
Another day, another crossing.
All these crossings out here are croc-free, right up in the Daintree Mountains. Definitely not the end one, but these little creeks up in the mountains are, yeah, croc-free.
I remember the sickness was forever.
Honestly, not a whole lot to film in here in regards to four-wheel driving. As I said earlier, when it's dry, it's relatively simple drive through the rainforest and mountains, but well worth doing.
Down to this other main Daintree crossing here. The river system's absolutely beautiful. There isn't a whole lot to film on the tracks in between the crossings when it's dry like this. There's been a couple of wet spots where you have to, you know, you feel it slipping a little bit, but nothing too major.
Despite Dad's patrol not making it, it's been unreal that the entire crew has been able to finish off the trip in the remaining 2 vehicles. A truly memorable adventure.
Not sure if Demi got a shot. She was trying to get a shot on the phone and put it up on the screen, but there was 3 big black pigs on the track. They were like laying in that red mud rolling around, you know.
Not too far to go on the Creb. It was all downhill from here to the big Daintree River crossing at the end of the track.
And we're out the other end of the Creb. Nice morning drive through there, whatever that was, 2-3 hours. And then we're coming through this final crossing here. Generally you don't walk this one because they're known to be crocs spotted in here. So we're just got the drones up and getting a shot of the vehicles.
That was good that we were able to do that. We missed it last year, we got it this year.
Nearly missed it again this year too.
Done us, but we found a way.
We persevered.
A bit of lunch on the edge of the river and then time to begin the drive back into Cairns.
We have arrived back in Cairns, had the caravan park. We did take the cars to the car wash, give them a little wash before we came into town. We're just getting everything out, getting everything sorted, dried after the trip. Today's Thursday, we leave Saturday. The plan tomorrow is to give the 2 remaining vehicles a good service and a bit of love before they make the 2,500 kilometre drive back home. We're going to Off The Wall Automotive, so I'll check back in when we are there and see how these 2 remaining vehicles have fared after the Cape.
Alrighty, next day, final day of our Cape York adventure. We are down here at Off The Wall Automotive in Cairns. Lockie has been kind enough to lend us the hoist so we can do some servicing on the big GQ. Check it over after the trip, see how she's fared up.
Bing bong.
You're on, mate. Your sound's working. Test, test. Look at this. We even got a brand new SP Tools toolbox. We got a hoist. We're going to run some checks, change some oils, see what's going down.
TLC, bit of servicing, bit of make sure I can get home without breaking down, so I don't want to get stuck for 10 days. Yeah, first of all, I'm going to check all the fluids, brake fluid, clutch fluid, power steering fluid, coolant, change the engine oil. We're not going to do filters. It's only like a 5,000k service sort of thing. We've just changed the air filter. We know that's going to be decent. So it's mostly going to be put the hoist up, check wheel bearings, check brakes, check suspension, and then change all the driveline oils. We're going to start with draining, transferring gearbox oil, I reckon. Because we're going to put the 75/90 in it, and then the diffs we're going to go 85/140 or whatever. Yeah, not too bad.
No water in the transfer case, just a bit dark from heavy use and towing for a few weeks.
So transfer's done. Let's see this gearbox oil.
This is the fill plug.
Wow. Man, no wonder that thing was hard to change gears.
That looks like an extra milky latte. We'll get it drained out.
This happens every time. We'll explain why this happens on GQs, on manual gearboxes.
They don't have a very good top seal where the shifter goes in.
Yeah, just once you get deep enough, it comes pouring in down there.
Yeah. I'm sure they probably had some sort of great seal from the start, but...
So just going to run a bit of clean oil through and flush some of that extra old gunk out.
So the whole inside of the case and gears and everything's obviously covered in that chalky milk. There's no way of getting it all off without filling it up, driving it, so all the new oil flicks, mixes it in, and then when we get home we'll drain it again and refill it up, so then it's all out.
Fresh oil in the gearbox, both diffs were done next. Neither had any water in them, but similar to the transfer, the oil had gone dark from heavy use and was due for a change. Some new engine oil, check the brakes and check the suspension.
So engine oil's back in, mate. Wheel bearings next.
Bearings, steering arm check. So after, a lot of corrugations on the PDR, Tyler driving like a maniac. Demi said the front wheels were off the air a couple of times. That's the outcome. Gonna pull it off. I'll pull the wheel off, pull that off, pull the brake off. We'll probably re-grease them with new grease, bang them back on. Like that, mate. Torqued up, safe to go.
Service is done. She's ready for a 2,000 kilometre drive home. She fared alright from the Cape, not too bad.
No, as you'd expect from a fine vehicle like this.
And that wraps up our 2025 Cape York adventure. Massive thank you to everyone that watches, supports and enjoys the content. We have an absolutely incredible time on these adventures. The next week, Lockie from Off The Wall Automotive made the drive up to Cairns to pick up Dad's GU.
But we've made it all the way to Cohen and currently here picking up the beast. So yeah, we'll get this one loaded up and getting back to Cairns, boys. All safe and sound, boys, ready for the big rough trip home.
Very unfortunate that this is the second big Cape York trip in a row now his GU has gone home on the tow truck. Don't worry though, the vehicle isn't going anywhere. It's going to be coming back better than ever.